for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Lions need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit him with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Throwing to start the drive. Dixon. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The Cardinals at 3-5, 2 games under 500. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught. It's Uzoma. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 18. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw again. He's got the connection to Moore. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Dixon into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Throwing after the interception. Dixon, and under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. To throw on 2nd down. Dixon under pressure, and they got to him again. The man in motion is Brown. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Elam. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Elam. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Let's go now. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. In motion, the tight end. Throwing on 3rd and long. Elam. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Operating from the gun, Dixon. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The end result, 21 yards. Back to throw. Dixon. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll send Brown in motion right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Dixon. And he's got his big tight end here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw. Dixon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Dixon. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Devontae Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cards are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never like get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3-and-out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Off play action. Elam. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's got it to about the 40. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Elam out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. He'll decide to keep this once more. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 4th down, Elam. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Elam. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift as the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for them. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively offensive this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. From way up at the 23. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And this is scooped up by the Lions. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. From the 6. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Arizona's offense at the line. Plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive.
Trying to get it all back, you know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Again, he finds more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Back to throw. Dixon. Open man is Uzama. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Off play action. Dixon. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Dixon. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Back to throw. Elam. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for two. Looking to throw. Elam. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for two in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And this is caught. He hits more. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they could just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Throwing on first down, Dixon. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Mo Alley Cox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable in the final quarter of play. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Looking to throw on second down. Dixon. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
This offense so far on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Dixon. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep him.
And oh, he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. He can only get a yard after all that. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Off the play fake. Elam, he'll buy some time right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They give him a gain of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Back to throw. Elam batted by the linebacker, but still adjusts and makes a catch. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's more. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Operating from the gun, Dixon. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback one.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Elam. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He's going to air one out, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on 4th down, and the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. Now, I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. as this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Detroit, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Arizona, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.